Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Stellar Tactics. And there are a few things I'd like to mention since last recording, because one of the things that actually happened is, well, this is one of the things that happened. We had quite a big patch few weeks ago, and that patch actually gave us new missions like the ones we see here. And yes, I will accept the mission. So I will, that's one. But another thing that happened is, first of all, we got this actually mentioning about what to do, where to head to. And Grayson's depot is in another system. And as you can see, it's minimum level 3 system in sector 45-41. So we will have to do a lot of traveling in subspace. So that's number one, because we are in sector 49-49, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 49-49. So that's one thing we have to think about. This is another thing we don't need to bother. So a new chapter is added to the story, and that means we have the prologue, chapter 1, chapter 2 available. Chapter 3 will be here somewhere between now and, I don't know, several months, because it's a single dev game. Another thing that was added is that at some point we had a supporters pack coming, and that supporters pack gave us a new ship, as well as a lot of nice goodies for me, like wallpaper and things like that. But it also gave us a new ship, and that ship is very suitable for mining. So what I'm going to do, it depends a little bit at how things are going. But one of the things I could actually do is continue until I've done about an hour, end recording, switch to the new ship and leave the spaceport at that point. And at least that way you get a view of the ship. And after that I go out and start mining. And by the time that ship is actually filled up,
Docking.
we are 7 or 8 hours further in the game. So it's not something I would actually show to you folks, because it will basically be watching the same screen for several hours. And the only thing that happens is seeing the mining lasers going on and off. And at some point, depending at what I'm mining, because I can mine ship parts. There are a few shipwrecks in this area, so that's one thing. I can mine the ship parts and the ores from that, and eventually I will have to store all those ores here, because I already have this storage. And as you can see, I already have some here. So that's part one. And I will actually, I'll have to check if I'm, what kind of stuff I have, but everything will be stored here, and the things I can't use will be sold. So There's not much interesting in that. But what is interesting, like I said, we have a new ship. So what do we have? This is repair, there's nothing. There's a ship storage, and this is the new ship. Arman KD4 with a max cargo of 11,000. Now compare that to what I have now, 1170. So this is basically 10 times more. I can swap ships for a moment just to give you an impression of what it looks like. As you can see, it's pretty big. It has 2 mining lasers, 1 heavy turret and 1 light turret. So it's not even very good at defending itself. But when using drones and when using mining, it got this nice bonus about 10% speed. And as said, the 11 tons of cargo space is nice too. Very nice. So that's the advantage. But I won't use that one yet. This is basically how everything works here. So that's a nice thing. Our disadvantage, ore refinery won't work. So I have to buy a new ore refinery and I don't have the credits for that. And those are my repair parts, which I can get from destroying ships and whatever. So that's that. Now back to the log. We have 1 active mission. Travel to Grayson's depot. There is another mission I can do in this system, which is the ground combat. I won't do that. I will travel to this depot, and even that's going to be something that will take a while, because I still have a stock, and there's another bug by the look of it. I still have that basic FTL drive. Not to mention, and now I forget it again, I've got to check which turrets I have. I can only swap my turrets when I'm actually docked. So let's do that first. Light laser, okay. 3 missiles. No ores, no trade goods, no equipment. So getting those items will be tricky already. Because the Raven CG2 is a cargo ship. And I actually have to wait. That is probably too far away. Yep. Bigger problem. It doesn't matter where to get the ship, but at the same time, if I attack a neutral faction, it will affect them. So that's another thing. If I have to salvage a ship like this, then it's actually best. Okay, that's an extra advantage. We got a skill increase. If I want to fight board and salvage this ship, Well, it's a neutral, and this is actually a ship in this system. Like I said, it's dangerous. If, however, I'm smart and it's in the, what's the name? It's asteroid area. Two missiles and a mining laser. Mining lasers in general aren't really good for fighting, so that's my advantage. But no, I won't attack them here. I'm waiting for a raider ship to show up. And I think that's a lot better. So what are we going to do? Well, like I said, we're off to Grayson's depot, which means I'm going to find a jump point. That reminds me, do I actually have a drone here? I do have a beacon. Do I have enough beacons aboard my ship? 6 beacons, so that's okay. So we get likely a whole introduction to FTL flights when I move into FTL with this ship, because it's the first time we do this, at least in this game. And I really need to upgrade lots of this ship. Fortunately, with that mining ship, I'm able to generate a lot of money. So we're going to do that in a bit. Now we got the beacon, but we only have one system, so translocating doesn't work. Instead, I will engage the FTL drive. And next time, if I want to move from one system to another, the only thing I have to do is fly to a jump point, activate the beacon, and from that I will translocate. Now, here we are in deep space, and there we go. Everything you see here are star systems I can enter sooner or later. Yeah, well, we already did this. Oh, what I also can do is scam. Now, funny thing, this was actually my favorite ship. My favorite cargo ship before I got the FTL, the DLC ship. Support spec, it was actually called. So. That's a bad guy. I'm not sure if it's possible to do fights in FTL, so look for that later. And as you can see, there are quite some star systems, and they're not at the same level. Some are at high, some are at a low level. So during the travels I will move up and down every time I am actually in FTL. And in case I haven't mentioned it, FTL means faster than light. I think there were fighting, or we hear ships entering, exiting. No, that's too far away. Those three are probably Raider or Scaver. We still have 500 light years to go. So just keep looking around, trying to make you folks dizzy. Another one, edit. Strike. Strike. This is an attack craft, aka fighter. So what's my plan for the next episode? Well, like I said, first thing is to pick up the next part of the mission, do this, and after that that way. I have to find actually our home system now. After that I will move, once we're back here, slowly around and start exploring each and every system we have. Leave drones and do mining, especially mining missions. No, not mining missions, just mining, but do missions on planets and in stations, and release mining drones for the extra money. And every once in a while I may return to the home system and swap out ships, for instance, to do some mining to get resources. And since I need refined ores for crafting, I may also concentrate at crafting. Now, while I'm here about the symbols, because I haven't mentioned that, the little star-like symbol means I've got a beacon over there. This little animal face thingy means I have a mining drone or more mining drones working there, and the anchor means I have a ship stored somewhere. So it's quite easy to track where I have my ships. I intend to get each and every ship in the game, which is going to cost me a lot of credits, especially if I want to upgrade it, because at some point I will have to upgrade engines, weapons, etc. And I can do that by crafting. So that's point one. But more important, I want to try to buy each and every ship only in this system. Otherwise you have anchors all over the place and you never can get it to the right spot. So that's that. Now I'm not going to Medius, I'm going to one. I don't want to deal with those because they're probably too dangerous to me. The only thing this actually does is making me wonder if I did pick the right ship. The other one, the ship I started my private game is the Ferris Mace AK-7, which is far more suited for combat as this ship is. Now I have 61 light year scanning range. This is one of the heavy merchants. Medium attacking ship. And there it is. It's actually listed. And since I don't have the funds for a mining drone, there's not much I can do. I can move out and scan. So we're here.
FDL drive disengaged.
So let's move out first. And see what we can find at those planets. I also need to find a jump point, because I want to leave a beacon behind. We'll travel through a gravity well by the looks of things. It's a pretty empty system. So a tier 6 and a tier 6 mining nodes. That is the symbol we saw, that means drones. I don't have drones, so I won't worry about those. At least not yet. So one node and an outpost. I really have to remember about that outpost because I may find missions there. And those missions are probably ground missions to do whatever. Also, that was what I was hoping for to see. So we got two nodes, very low qualities, but this circle means a shipwreck, which is very useful to know. That there's at least one in this system, because with it I can actually send the mining ship in and start harvesting lots of ores and ship materials. So it's something I have to keep in mind. Also, there's a ship. I won't attack them because they would hammer me. 6 turrets. That's another mission I can do in a bit. Quality 1 node. So there are a few things I can do in here, which is quite nice. Which makes it actually easier to stay in this system for a bit. That's the asteroid field, but I don't think we have to look at that. I have to keep a look at that. That's why. I'm going in because this may actually give us some extra, because if I'm not mistaken, they are fighting that ship. And this is a neutral faction. So if they get help when I fight this one, especially since it's only 2 laser beams.
Warning, shield.
So my turrets are already powering up, but my laser turret isn't. Here we have the ship. Scaling is already done because I know what I have to deal with. Yep, shields are already powering up. You can see that here. And there. And that's something I will do later. Now that's something I have to keep in mind. Yes, we know that this window. And the reason why my laser isn't working yet, it's got a range of 330 and the distance is 690. That hurts a little bit with a longer range, so I will get damage. And 1 to 6, well 4. There are some ships with, as we saw, having 6 turrets. I will go through this as soon as we have everything at that point. So, attack. We'll have to close in. As you can see, the blue bar on dash ship is lowering, so I am killing their shields pretty fast.
Enemy shields offline.
Like now. So, pause the game. This is what was meant about targeting. Now we got the choice to attack 3 different things. Weapons, engine, and system. And I will focus engine. Usually I pick weapons first. Problem is I lose 3 or 4 turrets. My missiles won't do that. So I will do the engine because that ship is faster as what I am. So it may take quite some time before I'm actually at the point the engine is offline. And what makes it even harder is they are repairing their shields. So as soon as their shields are repaired, I will have to do it all over again by destroying their shields. And as you can see, they are trying to get out of my range. And this is why my other game with the other ship is actually going better. Because this is not going to work. I will need a heavy turret over here. So I think with this ship, the best option probably is simply to completely destroy it. It's raiders anyway, so. And what we saw here was chaff. Since I'm using lasers, missiles, they will be using chaff to make sure that I miss. Yep,
Enemy
I got
shields offline.
everything is repaired, so I will simply destroy everything. It's the best option. At least. And we looted some stuff. One shield and one ore refinery. And I will turn those up for salvage, which reminds me, this is almost full. So let's go to Grayson's depot. And pick up the next part of our main mission. And after that, we head to one of the planets and do that distress call ground mission. But as you can see, I need to improve this ship a lot. Plus, we got a second ship to improve, so yeah. It will take some time to get everything done. Good thing we got FTL drive, and I know what the next part of the mission is going to be, and that's going to generate a lot of funds. I know that. So eventually, we're already here, we're already able to dock.
Docking.
If eventually money won't be a problem, and I can actually focus a little bit more at exploring other systems, picking up missions, doing some space combat, but I need another ship. I really need another spaceship for that. Or at least upgrade this one to the point that I got a better, heavier weapon doing more damage. So, just like previously, we got a storage, and we got a very good looking ship. Very clean looking, actually. So let's see what he's got to tell us. First of all, a ship vendor, and to give you an impression, Kraken Heavy Attack 7 Heavy Fighter, 4 turrets. Bonus, no afterburner power drain, which is very nice, so you keep your capacitor filled up, and 10% speed in star system, which is also nice. But 4 turrets, 1 light, 2 switch light heavies, and a light heavy missile. So you can actually dedicate 3 turrets to. This is actually wrong, unless you could also swap those for missiles, but we could, with this setup, destroy systems, weapons, and engines pretty fast. You could even do everything together. So next, but look at the price, 21,000. Areas, light attacker, only 3 mounts, 2 light and a heavy. It's nice, but nah. Similar, 4 turrets, 2 turrets and 4 missiles. Yeah, I think I will report this as a bug, because that doesn't seem right. This is a better ship. Light fighter, 4 turrets, 2x2. It's nice. You can do something with it. There's the heavy merchant. 4 turrets, so this one is actually better as what we have, while it's the same class except cargo space is less. This was my favorite cargo ship in my private game. So I still have it, surprisingly. Also 7K, 11K cargo space, same boni, so that's not a problem. Mounts are similar too. So yeah, but I think the mass and speed shields armor are different. This one is less. Nice explorer. Another explorer, but badly armored. This is what we got. No, this isn't what we got. It is, however, better suited. Light merchant, medium fighter with missiles and a turret, so basically not that nice. And another explorer. So this is what we got. And we also know price range. Some can be very high. I've even seen over millions. So that's one. What we got up here. Shield. Augmentations and pharmacy. Not stuff I will use for now. Weapons. Armor. And what I'm actually missing. We had a ship vendor, but I don't see. Ah, there he is. Ship equipment. That's the guy I need to talk to for ship stuff. This is actually what I may need. I can switch this without moving much, so don't be surprised. Look at the difference. More DPS, faster reload speed, less use of my capacitor, less use of energy, and slightly better range. So yes, that's why I want those. Same with this. Heavy ion beam. It's Yes, it's using more energy as my laser, but it's a lot better. This is a normal, this is missile, heavy laser. So there's plenty of stuff I need to upgrade, but I only want starting with the green, switching to blue, and eventually golden and purple. So yes, I won't buy this even. There's no need for it now. What we do need, and I need to, is we have 3 guys here. This is the one we need to talk to. I want to know what the other ones say too. No, he's got nothing to report. So This is actually a change in story because originally this wasn't in, I think. But it's interesting to know that the team I started this with is actually alive. So it makes me wonder where they are and what they are doing. So we just became smugglers. And while I'm here, I might as well become a hacker and a thief. Two shields and ammunition. I will look at that in a bit. First, I want to be sure I'm picking up everything from this area. Looks like I've almost got everything. And that's the advantage of a mining drone, as you can see in the bottom right. It auto sells stuff. merchant. This guy, well, this person, there's always one at a base or station, always selling level 1 items. So that's in general it. Whoa, look at this. Okay, it's at 57% condition, but it's quite nice actually. And I already have a legendary shield, which is actually better. But my next guy doesn't. Actually, my next guy does. She doesn't. You also notice that everything is damaged. So let's... Yeah. Very well. Time to work at this. I'm the salvager, got a lot of items, and I will do learning 25% schematics. Why? Because I need those schematics for crafting later. And salvaging and repair skills are not going on par. Here we are. First schematic, basic shield. I can actually show it here. The percentages of how far I actually am. So, weapons. Basic, exceptional, basics. As you can see, no legendary yet. But that's my progress on the schematics of the items I have salvaged. And what I actually got from it. Similar with armor, shields. Those are my mods. And here we have ship items, shields and shields, and a refinery. So that's it. More important, if I'm not mistaken, I have the items to repair everything again. Which, by the looks of things, was really needed. Now we'll move to skills in a bit, because some things have changed now. Skills. My salvaging skill improved, and I'm currently level 9. Repair level 9. So I try to keep those similar, and at some point I have to do crafting. But repair, we had 5. So I'm actually getting, my equipment is reduced a little bit, the wear is reduced a little bit, and ship repairs are better, so that's a good thing. And I have my character at the repair station for this purpose. Next one will be better, because the +5 bonus to weapons is really nice, especially since it's tech. So the next one will give me another +5, that's 15, plus 20, plus 25. So eventually I'm at 125 on my weapons, and they probably won't wear down a lot. Salvaging, same thing. This is what I had. I get 2 components maximum instead of 1 from salvaging, which is quite nice. Perk 10 is even better, minus 5% failure. And when I'm learning a schedule and I get 5% less failure, that means I'm getting more components out of it, and I already got 1 component more. So that's the nice thing. The experience is nice, but I'm afraid that the moment I start using that one, those two are getting not at the same level. This one is the one I'm hoping to get at some point. More schematics, and that is quite nice. So, yep. And eventually we got 5 components, but that's level 85. It will take quite some time to get it. 5 components from everything I salvage. So yes, I got this one. Let's back. Time is already up, so we won't switch to the big ship and start mining with that one this episode or the next one, because what I have in mind first is 2 things. First of all, that's the nearest jump point. Going to be a little bit tricky to get there actually. I also have to check this. Better do that as well. Jump points. Beacons. Place beacon. And as said, now we have this nice cog symbol, which means I can actually translocate from this area. I won't do it, but if I pick Ecmedius, translocate, it costs me 5 fusion cells, game loads up the other system and we're there. So it saves half an hour of traveling through space. Now, that's the one I was looking for. We also have several ships here, which most likely aren't friendly. Kinda makes sense, because this system was already worried, although the syndicate is worried, and so far I've been friendly to them. 60,000 if I'm not mistaken. I can attack this one, but I won't, because it looks like it's still stronger as I am. Now that's a 6 target ship. I won't fight that one. That one's already dangerous with 3 turrets. Shield deplete, shield ignore. So, no. Funny thing is, we saw that message of that pilot that got killed, yet I don't see anything of a crate with a distance. So it's probably picked up already. I won't attack that one, nor that one. So it should be in range now. Six missile heavy fighter. No, a 6 turret heavy fighter. No way. I still need to destroy them. Something is attacking me. Just don't know which one. That one? Yep. This is not going to be fun, I think. Well, there's always an escape option, which is hyperspace. my turn to use the chaff. With 4 missiles and a plasma beam, it's going to be a pretty tough opponent.
Warning, structure.
And I think I just got killed. As a matter of fact, yes. We just got killed. Okay, now let's see what happens, because there's an autosave. I'm curious at where it actually starts. That one. As you can see, I have over 160 hours in my own game. But I'm not used to this ship. So I hope the autosave is actually after we left. No, it's from before we left. Yes. Speaking of TradeNet, because I'm able to do that now. We only have 2 systems right now, or 1 system actually. So those are the things we can find and start trading. As you can see, those can be smuggled. There isn't much right now, but over time I may actually pick up a contract and do something. Now let's get to a beacon. After that, let's get to the planet and land and call it. Most important, let's not get killed again. But I will keep an eye out. Here we are, House Aurelian versus Raiders conflict. So that's why. I won't get involved because there are too many heavy armed vessels in this system. Instead, I will place a beacon and find that planet. That's why I was having the problem. That fight happened in the same area as we were in. One merchant. Fighter. Missile goes iron. and I have to do the repairing as well. But more important, we're here. So let's land. So this is the area we are in. And I think I'll leave it here. We're going to explore the cave next time. There's some blood, so we will see stuff. But for now, this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I did actually. It was nice to show and to see. And some things were even new for me, or maybe I've forgotten about it. I don't know. But it was interesting in my case. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time. Wishing you a very good time. Goodbye.